Hello guys, today we are in the presence of Anand Singh and me myself, Arnab Chakravarti.
We welcome you to Petty Rex Tapes. This is second recording, and again we are here for a
We are
this is
here
short
for
form, short form
this
of
is
a
a short
discussion.
form of a discussion and
So-
this time I have a question for Anand.
क्या बात है? बोलो.
So the question is,
Hmm.
do you think
Hmm.
that people are selectively offended by people?
Yes, they are.
What I mean is, there are three people in a room,
Hmm.
me, you
Huh.
and somebody else.
Huh.
If you say something, the person gets offended,
Hmm.
and when I say the same thing, the person doesn't get offended and takes it as it is, like a joke.
Hmm.
Do you think this happens?
Yes, it does.
What do you
It
call
has
those
hap-
types of people?
Hypocrites. Because see, they have some kind of reservations. I believe these people have reservations of certain kind. Yeah, that the vibe with this person is nice for me, and I like this person. I see something in this person that I don't have, which is why I aspire that yeah, this person is amazing and fucking hell. But on the other hand, the person that makes you feel offended is the same person who you feel oh yeah, there's nothing new that I'm able to see, even though you haven't explored that person very well. So you form reservations accordingly. You feel like okay, I have set my aims and certain expectations, and they won't be met as such. And this is without exploring that person. And this happens with a lot of people. Has happened to me as well. To these people, like I said, I always call them fucking hypocrites, because you don't have a wide world view then. First of all, I don't fucking understand why would you get offended by a person's presence. He's just he or she, or of any other gender, they are just another human being just like you. But again, it all comes back to the point that I put up last time, an ignorance to actually explore that why am I feeling this. So you resort to the first feeling that you feel. Fuck it, I don't have, there's nothing, no pain, no gain, there's nothing, there's no reciprocation of things, there will be no consequences. And most of them there are no consequences, but that just shows your character.
Would you call yourself a hypocrite in this particular case? Like, have you done this? Like, did you get offended by a person you think that is not worthy of telling me anything?
Yeah, if you met me couple of years ago, maybe. But now, see, this is what I'm saying. As the world changes, if you don't change, you are just fucking yourself up. Because it just adds to the stress. You are creating stress for your own fucking self. You are adding to the fact that yeah, my worldview is always going to stay the same. The world is not going to change. The people are same. People are not same always. Whether you take it a community or whether you take an individual, the identity is always different, and identity keeps on changing. Someone learns something new, and then you have another viewpoint. Oh, I didn't know that you were such a thoughtful person, or you used to think about things this way. I've never explored that. People get surprised then. So yeah, down the line, I could have been that guy in certain instances and situations, but over time now where I am, I see it as if I pinpoint genuine things that I find wrong in people. I'm not offended why they are that way, or what made them that way, or why their worldview is this fucking way. I don't have a fucking problem. You are fucking your own life and your own relationships this way, because you feel there will be no consequences, but down the line, even though the consequences don't come from that person that you were offended by, the consequences are going to get set up in such a way that you're going to feel like okay. And if you are again smart enough to actually relate to what is making these consequences, or these reciprocations, or these situations again for me, and I'm being problematic in this particular scenario, then you're fine. You are you will change or you will always stay the same and you'll just keep on fucking banging your head like क्यों भाई ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? Why the fuck is this happening to me? What am I wrong somewhere?
So for you it's like uh, you understood uh, to put it generally human nature, that every person is different and they have a different worldview.
Yep.
And they perceive things differently, and not they perceive things differently, and not everything has to be taken seriously until and unless it is said seriously.
Yep.
Or if you are offended by it, be clear about why you were offended, because it may be a sensitive matter to you, right?
Correct.
Now, adding to what you said, I think there's ego at play here,
Of course.
and the consideration that I don't consider you equal to me, so you can't tell me anything. But if there's a person who you think is higher to you, it's fine. कि भाई हाँ ठीक है ये बोलेगा चलेगा, मगर तू तो मत ही बोल ऐसा.
You start comparing that person to another person.
Exactly.
And then it's all inside your fucking head like most of the things are.
हाँ, obviously.
Personally, from my side, when it comes to this, I always want to have a conversation. I want to clear the fucking air out because I'm a direct person. See, if there's a fucking problem, there's something to be done, it needs to be done. But the thing is, I'm also that kind of person. When I realize the other person is never going to understand, then I keep that thing to myself. I abstain from the fact that I'm never going to tell you that how stupid and fucked up you are in your head. I don't have to cure you. You're not my responsibility. This is one of the reasons things between people most of the times goes bad. Because A, either they don't want to talk, or B, they don't want to change. And 3, they don't even want to move on. They want to get stuck over there.
So there's this thing, I mean, if you look at it closely, you'll realize that why don't people change in these matters, or they don't move forward, is when anything of this kind happens. Like I told you something very normally, you got offended, you made an image of mine in your head, and then you stopped interacting with me, which is fine. So ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं भाई, मुझे क्या करना. But you stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Now the lack of addressal of that issue makes you feel that it's okay. It's okay to be offended like that and be this way.
Yep.
Because क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है, लाइफ तो नहीं रुक रही ना, ऐसा
consequences नहीं समझ में आता ना
हाँ,
उस टाइम पे.
So you are in a stagnant phase.
Yeah.
where you don't have the habit of addressing things, be it normal things. So it's a very basic rule, I would say, or common sense, that for any relationship to work, communication is the utmost priority. And when you stop that, your relationship stops, which you don't realize as a soon. Over time you realize, oh fuck, where did I go wrong?
And it's already been too late.
Exactly.
Communication is important, but before communication comes consideration.
Yeah.
If you don't consider the other person, if you're not considering anything of the other person's, then there's no point of even communicating. And if in that relation between two people, if one of them understands this, then the other person is fucked.
So because see, you don't want even one person. चलो इसमें दो जनों के रिलेशनशिप के बारे में बात करते हैं सिर्फ एक बार. रिलेशनशिप कोई भी रिलेशनशिप हो सकता है, ऐसा रोमांटिक हो सकता है, फ्रेंड हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. सो if one of them understands कि भाई इसको ये चीज़ बोल के कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है, it just closes the door which might or might not have opened up in the future. अभी तुम क्या कर रहे हो ना, with your foolishness, what you are doing, you're not communicating, and you are making the other person even more adamant on not communicating with you because you won't listen.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
So every door which was open before now is closed. Now they understand how conservative you are. ठीक है. So it fucks up your prospects of being in that particular relationship, and it is so sad that you are willing to take that risk over communication. जो a short-lived conflict is better than a long-lived silence. ठीक है. It's बहुत सिंपल सेंटेंस है लेकिन बहुत हार्ड है प्रैक्टिस करना, बिकॉज पीपल थिंक क्या करेगा बात करके. एंड एक्सट्रीम केसेस में बात नहीं करो, बिकॉज ठीक है ना, नहीं समझ आ रहा तो नहीं समझ
We
आ
have scenarios for
रहा.
that.
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है. I'll go with the flow, I don't mind, ठीक है. बट it's just, and
You know, one of the best part about when this happens is that a few things come out of this. If you're able to solve it between the two of you, you mature.
हाँ,
Be it any kind of relationship you have that with that person. You understand where they come from, you understand where you come from, you understand what things work, what line not to cross. And the other thing that comes apart is that if you don't have that communication, if you don't resolve it, or if you feel like, yeah, like what will happen, I just feel like this is the end, nah, fuck it, I don't want to have this conversation with it, then you suppress your own growth. You suppress the growth in such a way that once again, and these things happen continuously, it's a cycle. This thing happens with one person that you're in a relationship with, whether it's a friendship, whether it's anything, and then you go with another person, it happens again. Now, the importance that you give to that person or to those different people, that's where it all lies. If you're giving importance to this particular person A, if you're giving more importance, then you feel like, okay, I need to resolve this. For example, if there's a person B where you don't give importance to as such,
exactly.
and you feel like there's no back and forth from your side, you're like, fuck it, I don't want to resolve this, I don't want to find a solution, I don't want to see the end to this fucking thing. But again, it suppresses your growth in such a way that if you're not able to resolve it with person B, with person A, you'll resolve it, but it will never find the perfect resolution. And you'll again, like I said, it suppresses the growth, because you're going to see the thing with the same point of view with another person as well. If there's a person C, then you'll compare person A and B, and then you'll deal with things that is happening with you and person C in that same way. So you're compiling things and you're just fucking throwing at someone else's face that, yeah, I am this way, I am fucking stupid, I don't know how to grow, and I don't wanna be in that place of having discussion. Running out of discussions is such a fucking easy for people to back out and to give one of those stupid answers. You give open-ended answers. Like the other person will be like, how fucked up are you? If I'm saying something, see, you're wrong this way, then you're like, हाँ ठीक. हाँ ठीक है is not the fucking answer. You should be like, why? Your first question should be why. Like,
कंटिन्यू करना उस चीज़.
please tell me why. Then I'll tell you why. So if this conversation doesn't happen and you just put a fucking full stop, not a full stop, rather you put a fucking exclamation mark. There's no moving ahead of that. Like, हाँ ठीक है. You're exclaiming the fact that you're accepting the fact that I am this way. I don't give a fuck. I find you of very little importance.
Yes, yeah.
And
मैं वही
it's
बोल
very
रहा हूँ.
convenient for me to run away. Even though I'm in the same fucking room, and I'm gonna be in the same fucking room with you for continuously a certain period of time.
Even now, again, this results in birds of a similar feather flock together.
Yep.
ये फिर ये वही हो जाती है ना. Then you hang out with people like yourself. ठीक है, कदम फूक फूक के रखना पड़े तो क्या फ़ायदा है? Do you realize if I don't have the freedom to speak openly with you, ठीक है, you're fucking up the relationship anyway. ठीक है, any relationship, again, any father, son, mother, पता नहीं जितने हैं दुनिया में, कितने सारे हैं,
जो भी है,
so BFF, जो भी है तुम्हारे, ठीक है. If I don't give you the freedom to talk, to communicate with me, with all your क्या बोलूँ मैं, ओपन माइंड, ठीक है, तो you fuck up every relationship that there is, and there is no. So what happens is human tendency again, it wants to impress everyone. So what you do is you show that you have an open mind. And
it all stems from what kind of personality you have, and even if you have one.
हाँ, like you forge a personality ना then. शुरुआत ही वहाँ से होती तुम्हारी.
It's like
You
a-
fake a
It's like a
fucking
glass cover that we put on a fucking phone screen
phones. हाँ,
just to
exactly.
make sure that there are no scratches on the real screen that is there.
Exactly. So it's like you can afford breaking that shit, but
Like
उसके
I can
आगे
change the
जाएगा
screen
तो
guard.
देख
I
लेना.
can change the screen guard,
हाँ.
but I don't want the scratches on the real fucking thing. It
exactly.
will actually help me find these things again. So the conclusion to this entire point is you're not suppressing the other person. You're not doing anything bad for them. You're doing it for your own self.
Exactly.
You're going to fuck up your own fucking growth.
You know what is even more frustrating in this particular scenario is that one out of the two people, one out of the two people wants to communicate.
Yep.
And they are trying to communicate endlessly. Like तू बात करना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, तू बोलना, ठीक है. Even if they understand your problem, there is no acknowledgement of that shit. Even though, who is more foolish now? The person who is trying to communicate even after seeing that there is no acknowledgement, or the person who is not acknowledging it even after being told several times. जवाब दोनों है, दोनों ही बेवकूफ़ हैं, दोनों ही कुछ नहीं करना चाहते हैं. And that is where again a relationship falls.
So what do we conclude from this?
So
लोग चुतिया.
हाँ, लोग तो big time चलते हैं. The conclusion to this would be, I don't know, just grow your world view, man. Just understand. कुछ नहीं पता है, कुछ नहीं ऑब्जर्व करना होता है.
Widen the fucking horizon.
जस्ट ऐसा थोड़ा ऑब्जर्व करो ना, थोड़ा ह्यूमन बिहेवियर समझो, अपने आप को समझ लो, बहुत हो जाएगा.
Correct. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
we conclude this rough small talk from Petty Rec Tapes. We'll see you again. Thank you for listening to us.
Bye bye.